What is going on, everybody? My name is Otto Von Clutch, and this is episode 19 of You Ought to Know, alongside my co-host Tombstone Jesus.
What's going on, Tombstoners?
How
Can
are
you
you
hear
doing?
me, brother?
I can hear you loud and clear, man.
Hell yeah.
Loud and clear. We wanted to come on this evening with all of you guys on YouTube. Thank you so much for subscribing and following the Otto Von Clutch You Ought to Know Tombstone Jesus channel that we are working on. Tonight we will discuss me wrestling, I guess, in Reno this past week, and we'll discuss some pro wrestling news that has been making the rounds. And Tombstone, what's up with you, man?
Oh, another fucking beautiful day in paradise down here, bro. Been another great week. I can't complain. I'm interested to hear about the wrestling in Reno, my man.
Yeah, absolutely. So wrestled, of course, in Reno, Nevada this past Friday for Hoodslam, which is a super great. Was a really good time, man. It was good to see a lot of familiar faces and get to wrestle with a lot of new wrestlers that I haven't been able to meet yet. So that was really cool, man. And ended up having a fatal four-way match. It was myself and Juice Lee, Brittany Wonder, and Jen Savani. We had a fatal four-way. We were going to do a tag team match, but you know how wrestling goes, man. Wrestling is always changing, and
Card subject to change, bro.
Even we were all supposed to be there, but it's just the way it all adapted, and it worked out really well. And my goodness, what amazing talent over there, dude. There is so much, there always has been a lot of talent in the NorCal wrestling scene. And Sam Dark Sheik, she does a really good job, and also Chupacabra, that's putting on the show up in Reno, just did a great job just getting all the workers they did, man. A lot of talent, dude.
Did you say Chupi?
Yes, yeah.
Nice.
You met Chupi up in ST.
Yeah,
STF.
I gotta meet him.
So really good time, dude. Like fun match. Yeah, dude, definitely. It was a fun flight to Reno, just so supposedly randomly, another wrestler was on the flight. So that's always fun to run into another worker on a flight. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, so me and that worker ended up, hanging out after the flight, chilling a little bit, cruising around the town. It was fun, so.
Nice.
We
Were you on the flight
time.
back with the same individual?
No. I flew back. I ended up flying back with this really cool dude from Thailand. I met him at the bar right there at the airport. I never ever drink before flights, dude. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have a drink today. It was like St. Patrick's Day weekend, so I'll have a beer at this flight or this this airline bar or whatever you call it. And yeah, man, freaking just had some drinks with this dude, and we ended up, he needed a ride. He didn't need a ride. I'm sorry. I just felt his energy, man. I felt the conversation was going so well. I said, hey, bro, let me give you a ride to your hotel, once we land in Vegas. I'm like, did you bring any bags? He's like, oh, just carry on. I'm like, perfect, bro. No baggage. Let's roll, dude. So
nice.
It was cool, man. It was good. And then, of course, in other news besides, having a great time in Reno and being able to wrestle with all these great individuals and have a great time. And I will be back there May 18th. I will be back in Reno for Hoodslam May 18th. So that's exciting. I think it might be a theme show this time, but we'll just hang out and find out and wait to see what the news is. And then I'll be wrestling for another company the following month, a new company in Reno. But it's been a wild week, dude. It's been a rough week, as you know. I had a good buddy of mine, a dude that really just helped my family and everything out so much, pass away. And it was hard. It was a hard week. So it's been rough. But I'll be right back, Tombstone.
No worries, man. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Otto's a little upset right now, as he should be. Who's out there? Give me a heads up. Throw me a comment. What y'all feel like talking about this week? Come on now. Who's out there?
Well, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. No, dude, it's been a rough week, dude.
Yeah, buddy, it's
Basically,
rough. You take your time, bro. That guy's a close friend.
Yeah, a real close friend that gave me more opportunity than WWE, any company out there, gave me a major opportunity. He's not in our lives no more. I'm not going to give details on who this individual is, but we definitely lost someone that was very important, that played a major key factor in professional wrestling. And, you know, that's all. It'll never be said. Nothing will be said about it for a long time. But, dude, there's going to be definitely a fluctuation in the landscape of bodies in pro wrestling. That's all I could say. But it's really hard, dude. This guy gave me nothing but opportunities for my family and myself to provide, you know, to have a good life here in Las Vegas and really not even have to worry about wrestling. So now, you know, things are changing. Times are changing. It's time to go back probably, you know, to FSW, which I've always kind of had that vision to go back there. Amber's already training over there weekly. So that's kind of the idea. Go back, I guess, you know, go back to some good old wrestling school and get back down to the good old nitty gritty. What I was here, what I'm supposed to do, what the whole focus was. It kind of got off track. You know, wasn't expecting to live that kind of, do what we had to do. So now going to go to wrestling school, I guess, back again. And, you know, it was good to go to Reno, though, because just the passion, and it always relights you when you're in a locker room full of a lot of passionate people. It's good. You know what I mean? It's what you, it's exciting as a wrestler to be around a whole bunch of passionate people. It sucks.
How
to be
was
in a
the
locker
venue?
room.
Was it in a casino or
No, it was a badass venue. It's called the Bird. It's in Reno. Like, it's funny because on their website are like, it's called like the Bluebird. I think it's the Bluebird is what it says on the flyer. So on the door it says the Bird, but it's really the Bluebird. And cool venue, bro. It's right there downtown Reno. Kind of in a nice little, like, kind of feels like you're in San Francisco or somewhere. You just feel like you're not at home, you know. You're in this new area. Right downtown, dude, a cool little venue, kind of like a bar. It's a bar, but it kind of actually felt like the old training pound, you know, the Super Beast training pound the compound,
yeah.
Just the way, high roof, high ceilings.
They serving alcohol?
Oh, serving alcohol. People are enjoying, you know, they're smoking. I don't know if they were actually smoking or not. But, yeah, dude, everyone's having a good time, dude. It was just a great time. Definitely a cool venue. Definitely go check it out. I think they actually have the flyer next week when we do this episode. Next week when we go through all the WrestleMania matches, to kind of go through everything because we're getting really close. There's a lot of matches out. They made a highlight video. I'll throw that up. And yeah,
they got quite a few matches finalized now, right?
Oh, yeah. For WrestleMania, it looked like there's at least, I think, like 9 matches. I don't want to overshoot it, but I think there's at least 9 matches now that they have finalized. And so it should be pretty good, dude. But in wrestling news, bro, did you hear the bombshell that Ronda Rousey freaking dropped, dude? She's like, she ain't coming back to WWE, and good for her, man. Like, she's sticking up for herself.
She's fired up.
Speaking her mind, bro, you know what I mean? And that's a good thing. You know, it's good to speak your mind sometimes. So she's basically buried Mr. McMahon, which, you know, fuck, who's going to stick up for Mr. McMahon anyways now? He's a piece of shit anyway, I guess, you know? So it's what it is.
Anybody on this world that would at this point, nor should they.
Right, dude. So, yeah, man. So that's it, bro. Just chilling. And then, fuck. So we'll go over WrestleMania matches next week. And also, we're going to do a little freaking game. I don't even know if it's a game, but if you want a free 8x10 of Otto Von Clutch, subscribe to the YouTube channel right here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Send your screenshot or let us know your name that subscribed to the channel to yououghttoknow@yahoo.com, and you will get a free 8x10 this month. And at the end of the month, everyone that subscribed and got the 8x10 will be in a raffle, and that person in the raffle will get, you know, a T-shirt, a hat. We're gonna throw out. Ref Amber said that she actually has a box of 8x10s, but she's never used them at any shows. So she's actually gonna. She said she'll sign her first ever 8x10 in that package. So we'll do a giveaway, and then we'll announce the winner on here. So we've already been getting a lot of subscribers on YouTube, a lot of views, a lot of likes. We appreciate it. You know, chime in if you guys have any wrestling.
Hey, that's an easy way to get a quick 8x10, people, right there. One click.
That's it, dude.
That's free shipping, right, bro?
What was that?
You're shipping it to them and everything, right?
Shipping to them and everything, bro. Amber's
on.
like, oh shit, you're gonna be giving a lot of money away. I said, you know what? It's okay. Let's just give these 8x10s. I have so many right now, dude. I got some new ones in, so I'm like trying to get rid of these older ones. I'm like, let's bring them in, dude. Let's do it. So
you heard it, people. You heard it's Tombstoners right there. One click.
One click, man.
It's on the way, baby.
So what do you got going on, Tombstone, this coming week? Anything good?
Dude, I've been feeling so much better. I stood on the scale and I weighed 217 today.
Gotcha.
And we're almost back to my regular body weight. I've been hitting cardio and lungs have been feeling good. So I'm getting hungry again, man. Things are looking right on schedule to get back in that ring in June. So things are looking good. Dude. Weather's been nice. Been on the Harley as well. Got some guys I'm going to jam with this weekend.
Nice.
Drummer, guitarist, another guitarist, bass player, the whole freaking thing.
Good,
I might film a little bit of it Saturday.
The same guys from before or different guys?
Exact same guys I showed you. Yeah.
The guys that I went to their house.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, these guys are awesome, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just to give you guys an image of this this studio that Tombstone's gonna go to in this undisclosed location. You go inside, man, and it's just like a museum. There's just, you know, I use the word hundreds, but there's dozens and dozens of guitars on the wall, and we're talking some of the most rarest guitars. I won't get into details for security purposes, but let me tell you what, some of the most sickest guitars in the world.
The third Stratocaster ever made. That's no bullshit. That's one of them. But yeah. So it's going to be a good time. Got to have you back up here jamming with us soon, bro.
Oh, absolutely, bro. No doubt about it, man. And
yeah, looking forward to that. Like I say, the training's been going good. We've been cracking 70 degrees. So, I mean, everybody's got spring fever. You know, I'm out hitting the trail. I'm out walking the neighborhood, and everybody's out just smiling. It's a good time to be down in the Las Vegas, St. George area. You know what I mean, bro?
Dude, did you watch any of the Dark Side, or did you see that Terry Gordy episode? I know you said you watched some of it.
Yeah, I didn't get all the way to the very end, but wow, that was a rough one. It went from like the funny side of the ring with Bagwell to the really sad side of the ring with
dude, that was super sad, bro. And then like literally right when we recorded that little review that is on YouTube right now, you guys can go check it out. It's a review. We've been doing all the reviews of the Dark Side of the Ring, and dude, that's when I got the bad news about my bro passing away. I was just like, oh my God, from just super dark side of the ring. Like me and Amber
couldn't get any sadder.
Oh, dude, we were crying for freaking Terry Gordy, man. The way that those guys captivate you in their storytelling, the producers of Dark Side of the Ring, bro, they bring you in, dude. You're just like, I'm hooked, man. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh man, you know, and learning so much about what not to do, and just another real lesson in life, you know, just a public service announcement, dude. Like, if you got buddies out there, you know someone that's struggling with drug addiction, I mean, reach out to them. I know it's so hard to like tell a grown person like, hey, this or that, but if you have someone out there that's struggling, doesn't matter who it is, man, you got to reach out. You can't encourage them, or, you know, you got to try to reach out. That to me is like the most important lesson learned from, I guess, Terry Gordy, and also, you know, just from this whole incident that happened recently. So, yeah, dude, it's just bizarre. You know, it's sad. It's really sad out there, dude. Some of the shit that happens, but fuck, man, we're here to talk about wrestling and have a good time.
What's the next show coming up? What's the next Dark Side?
Fuck, the next Dark Side is gonna be Brodus the Beefcake, dude.
Oh, Brutus. Okay. Yeah, I don't see that being quite so sad. We'll see how it goes. That one shouldn't be
I
quite
think
so
his
sad.
face got dismantled at one point, possibly or something.
I'll be watching that one. I'll be interested in that one.
And then it's a Harley Race is the one after that, which is April 2nd. I guess he lived a pretty wild life. I don't know, but
Yeah, he's a badass too, though. I can't wait for that one.
and then
I
this
mean,
dude, Chris Colt. Chris Colt, I guess he was a wrestler that ended up becoming a gay porn star after being a professional wrestler in the Oregon scene, but the Portland, Oregon wrestling scene. And I guess he had an LSD trip during a cage match, and he thought that spiders were coming to the ring. So that's what that's going to document, a lot of his LSD trip and I think his career afterwards.
wow.
And then after that episode, and the reason why I know these episodes is because on the freaking TV guide that I have here on this TV, it shows you all these episodes for like 2 months in advance. And then the last one that they show that I know that's going to happen after all these is going to be Chris Adams. So that
That'll
should be
be
another.
killer. I'll be into that one too. I really liked him. He was badass.
No doubt about it,
Yeah,
dude.
I think I was telling you, came from like Britain, had an accent, was kind of a karate dude. But him and Gino, they lived the gimmick like Flair 24/7. And those
Gotcha.
guys would tear it up and wrestle, and then they'd tear the club up all night. And they're always getting in trouble. They're rowdy, rowdy. That'd be a
Right.
cool one. The Harley Race one, I can't wait, because he's just such a man's man. And I know he drove crazy in a few things. I'm guessing I'm going to learn something on that show.
Dude,
Same with the Brutus the Barter one. I'll be looking to learn something. And even Terry Gordy, I didn't realize things were so tragic.
so tragic, bro.
You
Like
know,
sometimes
so
it's like, dude, it was so dark. Like I'm not even joking, dude. Like it's one of those things where it's like you just want to hug an individual, man. That's just sad, and the fact that he had to keep going out there and to provide for his family. That's the kind of man he was. Just like Earthquake, Earthquake was one of those men that wanted to provide for his family, and no matter what, he would make his dollars anywhere, any way he could. So for Terry to go out there and just to keep continually to wrestle, having a coma and having mental damage from after being in a coma for a few days, it's heartbreaking, and heartbreaking that Mr. McMahon just let him wrestle like that, and he knew what he was doing, it just shows that piece of shit, like you knew, like he came in at the Freebirds back in 1984. I think it was like June 1st, 1984. They went into an office with Mr. McMahon and they fell asleep. Terry fell asleep during that. Imagine that, Tombstone. You have an interview with the mega monopolized, the head guy, the head man, and you are falling asleep in an interview. I can never imagine falling asleep in an interview. I've gone to interviews with no shoes on. I remember that, bro. When I lived at the beach, bro, I went to a few interviews without shoes, and let me tell you, I didn't get hired. I know that much. When you don't wear shoes to an interview, they're not going to hire you. Oh shit! Not even like
nodding off in a job interview is never good. I don't care who you are.
So in my
That guy
mind,
was such a stud, like learning the business so young, and also like him and Earthquake too. Like those are two guys. You're in a bar fight, you're picking them on your team. You know what I mean? Those guys are for real. So total badasses. Got the most respect. Anybody who's ever been on, well, I can't say anybody, but most of these legends, even though they've had some issues and some sad things with their career, at the end of the day, they're legends.
Yeah, and they're just real tough fighters.
Yeah.
From doesn't matter what your gender was back then. There's some of those once again, another dark side, but like a Fabulous Moolah or even a freaking Medusa, some of these old school workers, they're tough as fuck, man. They didn't play around. And, not like some of the cats in the locker room nowadays. And if you get offended, then you're probably one of those cats. But
back in the territory days and shit, guys wouldn't get in trouble for going to the bar and fighting. They'd get in trouble if they lost.
Straight up, huh?
Oh, fucking maybe fired for it.
Isn't that crazy? Like, oh, you lost a bar fight? Well, we're not gonna book you now for the next 6 months over here. You got to go to the Maritimes. You got to go freaking to the West Coast, East Coast. You got to go somewhere out of here.
That's how serious the kayfabe was, you know.
Absolutely, man. So kind of give us some comments out there if you're out there on Facebook or YouTube. Let us know what you guys are thinking. Well, I'm wondering what your guys' match that you're looking forward to most. I heard a rumor that WrestleMania might be in Minnesota. I saw this on the news, like the Minnesota news. I guess they put a bid in for WrestleMania next year.
I like Tyrone's freaking Vegas prediction, dang it. But so I'm guessing they're in Minneapolis or St. Paul, somewhere in the Twin Cities. Well, Minneapolis is one of the great states when it comes to wrestling and wrestling fans.
Okay.
You know, what can you say about that? I mean, the AWA was out of there. I mean, Ric Flair, Rick Rude, the road. I mean, you go on and on and on and on about Minneapolis and Minnesota.
Let's deep dive a little bit in that. Were you watching a lot of that? Like, so what territory was that?
So the AWA was right there out of Minnesota.
Gotcha.
So that was some of the first wrestling I got to come across as a fan. Vern Gagne owned the AWA, and I mean that's where Ric Flair came from. You look up Ric Flair in the AWA, you won't even believe it's him. You got to look tight. He looks nothing like him, but that he wanted to be like Ken Patera. Ken Patera was in there, one of the strongest men in the world. You had the Iron Sheik. You had Jerry Blackwell. Guy was 500 pounds. This big old fat dude, and he moved like a freaking volleyball player. The guy was amazing. Then you had Nick Bockwinkel, the guy who was the classy champ forever, you know, and so kind of like Stu Hart had his dungeon, Vern Gagne kind of had his there in Minnesota. Anyways.
Gotcha.
And that's where a lot of legends came from. Like I say, you got the Road Warriors, you got so many wrestlers. Like I say, Rick Rude, Scott Hall.
Damn, gotcha, dude.
So many wrestlers came out of. So they got great history there and great fans in Minnesota. There's no doubt about that. Back in the day, it was like Minnesota, New York, Florida, and Georgia, and the Carolinas were the main places back in the day. You know, in like 80 and 81 and the late 70s and stuff.
Yeah, dude.
So the Freebirds, the Freebirds were like the first people I ever remember coming to the ring with music. And they started all that. No shit. They'd come out to Freebird and it was awesome. And then the next wrestlers that I remember seeing come out to music was the Road Warriors, and they'd come out to Iron Man.
So describe that feeling as a fan when you're watching this as a young child, a young Tombstone, when you're seeing this and you're hearing this music. Like, how does it feel as a fan? It's almost probably like seeing
we were
color on TV for the
I was popping for it in my fucking living room as a little kid. You know, bro. And that was probably some of my first being exposed to Iron Man, really, even, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'd heard the song and shit, but I mean, that shit would hit and the arenas would go nuts. I remember when the Freebirds started doing it, even, I remember thinking, why isn't everybody doing this?
Yeah.
And then no shit, when the Road Warriors started coming out to Iron Man, I mean, boom, and they never walked to the rings. When they started this shit, they ran into the ring and whooped the fuck out of everybody in the ring and threw their asses out. And then whoever just got their ass whooped and thrown out would try to make their way back in the ring for the match. But those guys would just come screaming like the Ultimate Warrior, just rolling right into the ring and whooping people's asses, man. And it was awesome. But also, you know, back with the AWA, that's where Hulk Hogan really broke loose.
Gotcha.
Okay, and he came in there right after the Rocky movie and shit. You know, that was when I first even saw Hulk Hogan. So he was in the AWA, like went to WWE for a little bit, did the Rocky movie. They told him he shouldn't be in there. Then he went back to Vern Gagne, I believe, is the story. And that's where he just got over. That's where it all started. Jesse the Body Ventura, okay,
Yes.
later becomes the governor of Minnesota, you know. So those guys, man, they deserve to have a WrestleMania. No doubt about it. Nothing but good memories for me when it comes to being a kid at in the AWA All-Star Wrestling. It'd come on every Saturday morning, like 10:30 or 11. Dude, it was only a half-hour show.
Wow.
And I'd live for that shit week to week to week as a little kid. And that was before we even had cable TV and shit. So until we got cable, and then I got to start seeing the Superstation, and we got to watch Georgia Championship Wrestling, Crockett's and all that, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, the AWA was awesome. No doubt.
I see that they just like we'll talk about like one or two matches that kind of popped my eye for WrestleMania. They have Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso.
That's gold. That's like gold. That's like Kiss taking off their makeup. You know it's going to happen at some point, and it'll be gold when it does. That's almost like an ace up your sleeve right there. That'll be an awesome match.
Yeah, definitely going to be like that kind of that Bret Hart and Owen Hart WrestleMania.
Yeah, and it should be at a WrestleMania. Fucking A.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It should. So that should be a pretty good.
Yeah, they've been building it, you know. So I mean, that's perfect. That makes sense.
Yeah, then I think they have the tag match, of course, is I think happening. The Seth Rollins and what's his name, Cody Rhodes versus The Rock and Roman Reigns. So
right, yeah, him and what's his name, man? No,
you know what's his name, man. Gotta go through the filing cabinet real quick and see.
So I'm looking forward to that too. I think that'll be great. Fuck, you know.
Absolutely,
I can't complain as a fan with either of those matches. Really, the Uso one will be fucking awesome. Like, can you imagine seeing those guys go at it? Twins, literally known each other their whole life, day one, the whole thing. It's fucking, those guys ought to be able to have an amazing match.
You know, it should be. I think that might be
There's probably some pressure on them there. You know, everyone a little bit. I would think. Who knows though? I mean, I bet you they don't even. I bet you they just get in there and just read each other's minds, bro. It should be amazing. It should be phenomenal.
You know those how when we talk to the Stoner brothers, how the twins, they have the that capability to like
the superpowers, bro. The superpowers.
And Maverick, you know, my old tag partner, he has a twin brother that actually
you shitting me.
He has triplets, if I'm not mistaken. There's 3 of them.
All boys?
Yes, and he has a brother. So when I first got into wrestling, the group that Maverick and his twin brother had was called the Profilers. And so when I first joined, his name was Mayhem, was his working name. And so it was Maverick and Mayhem. And then they had a guy named Alex. I think his name's Alex White. He was in NXT. He went on to WWE for just a very short cup of coffee. But yeah, dude, Maverick has a twin brother, and they're actually triplets. And I think the third brother, he's not a wrestler. But
2 of them wrestle.
2 of them wrestle, bro.
Holy
and so they actually,
shit.
Maverick and his brother have had matches with the Stoner brothers like 10, 15 years ago, you know?
That's like a long time ago. Dude. I did not know he had a, not even a twin, a triplet, I guess. I don't even know how to say that correctly.
Yeah, they're triplets. Exactly. They're trying, I could be wrong, but I'm almost 1,000% sure. Like, I would put my life on the line. He has they're triplets. And yeah, dude, and it was, you know, great. He was, of course, Maverick, you know, this is just the facts. Maverick was the better wrestler, of course, out of the 2. You know, Maverick's a phenomenal wrestler. Yes, I mean, really, one of the guys, if you've never seen like a Maverick versus Jacob Fought 2, you can go probably type that in on, you know, YouTube, right here on YouTube, Maverick versus Jacob Fought 2.
He's a hell of a trainer, too.
Oh, great trainer, dude. Definitely. He's a good trainer and just a good person, dude. Another dude that's a solid dude.
Need to get him on the show.
We sure do, bro. definitely. I reached out to him, and I just got to keep bugging him. You know, I only reached out to him one time.
Maverick.
And we were going to have a guest tonight, but I was just like, with the vibes I was feeling, my energy of just, you know, sorrow from, you know, one of my good buddies.
This is a week you get through, bro.
Yeah, this is one of
With
those
your
weeks we're just
friends
trying to
and your
get through,
family.
bro. No doubt about that.
family.
So,
Yep.
but yeah, dude, anything you want to talk about Tombstone, or are we basically are we gonna wrap?
I'm a little bummed. I can't believe there's not one comment out there. I'm astonished that I'm not seeing at least a Facebook comment. So I see you watching. I see the likes. I see the hearts. I was hoping someone would chime in, but what are you gonna do, huh?
No one wants to talk to you, Tombstone.
I'm not even in a bad mood, you guys. Come on. Don't make me call y'all a bunch of, I can't say it. We're on YouTube.
Oh, shit, bro. Well, you know what, guys? You guys all have a great night. Thank you guys all for joining us. Looking forward to we'll come up with the date next week. And definitely, bro, I mean, so Tombstone, when are you going to you have a date set in mind for wrestling, or are you just kind of thinking you're going to be ready by June?
I'm definitely be ready by June. I'll start reaching out to some people by the end of the month. I got a couple heart tests I still gonna run, unless I get some crazy news on there or something. I mean, the way I'm feeling, hell yeah, there ain't no stopping me.
Gotcha, bro.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And the next Dark Side of the Ring is Tuesday night, right?
Yep,
you
next
and
Tuesday night.
Reviewing.
Fuck, dude. I mean, I guess we will be. I think we're gonna probably wait till the following day to do the review. You know, because this shit's so sad, bro. You go and you watch.
Give you a day to digest.
Yeah, you know, we've been going from watching it to having an hour of like we have all of our notes we've been writing down and whatnot, and just like, yeah, but it's just so sad, dude. So
said comments were turned off, Otto. We just got a comment in saying that. So
really, well, I didn't turn my
comments
Jeremy.
Off. Thanks for the input, brother. That makes sense.
Comments were turned off. Well, we'll figure that out. Guys. Maybe we'll pop back on just to get you guys' comments right now.
Maybe we can do a Saturday morning coffee if you feel like it, Otto. Let me know. That's for sure.
I probably don't feel like doing it, but maybe we can come on. We'll see. Maybe we'll see what happens right now. We'll figure it out, guys. But thank you for joining us on YouTube, guys. One love. Don't forget to subscribe to Tombstone and Sons. My name is Otto Von Clutch, and we're gonna have a good time, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hit that button and get that 8x10, Tombstoners.
Yeah, bro.